Have you been wanting to make more gains in the gym? Have you been trying to learn a difficult skill or task? Or have you been trying to improve your mental health or overall mental well-being? Well, a surefire way to get results in all these areas is to optimize and get better sleep. In this video, we will be discussing what sleep is, why it is so important, and a step-by-step plan to optimize and get the most out of your sleep. The average person spends 26 years of their life sleeping. Sleep is a period of our lives where we are not conscious, as in not aware. In sleep, we are only in relation to things that are happening within our brain and body, for the most part. Sleep is extremely important because it resets our ability to be focused, alert, and emotionally stable in the wakeful period. Sleep and wakefulness are intertwined, as in what we do when we are awake determines many things about our sleep. When we fall asleep, how quickly we fall asleep, the quality of our sleep, and how restorative our sleep is. And the quality of your sleep impacts everything about your waking life, from recovery in the gym to mental well-being. That is why it is so important to understand sleep and the tools that one can use to optimize their sleep. There are two main factors as to why we feel sleepy or alert. The first is a chemical called adenosine. Adenosine builds up in our body the longer we've been awake, causing us to feel tired. As gremlin is to hunger, adenosine is to sleep. Think of fasting for a long time or just eating a huge meal. And also, the way that caffeine works is it fills up and blocks your adenosine receptors in your brain. Your brain can't register how much adenosine is there. The second force that governs our sleep is the circadian force. Circadian means about 24 hours or a day. Our brain and the brain of every other animal has a natural clock that determines when we want to be asleep or awake. Think diurnal and nocturnal animals. Humans are diurnal creatures, so light tends to make us feel more alert, and darkness, or the lack of light, tends to make us feel tired. When we wake up in the morning, typically around sunrise, our adrenal gland releases cortisol and epinephrine, or adrenaline. This signals your body to start moving and be more alert. And it is very important that this release of cortisol and epinephrine comes early in the day. This is because your waking release of cortisol and epinephrine dictates when melatonin is released in your body, making you feel sleepy. You want to have this release of cortisol and epinephrine early in the day so that mirror release of melatonin is at an appropriate time. Now that you're aware of what sleep is and some of the underlying factors that go into feeling tired or alert, I'm going to be outlining a plan for optimizing your sleep. The first thing you need to do is set a wake up time that you want to wake up every day. Set an alarm and wake up at this time no matter what time you go to sleep the previous night. Now for the first day, you may feel tired, but that's good as it will help you fall asleep. Be sure to go to sleep after 5 p.m. and then wake up at your designated time again the next morning. You might still be tired, but it won't be nearly as bad as the previous day. And then continue to wake up and go to sleep at the same time each night. After you picked your wake up time, be sure to get sunlight within 30 minutes to an hour after waking. Even if it's cold, go get that sun. As I mentioned earlier, humans are diurnal creatures, meaning our circadian rhythm is designed for us to wake up at sunrise and go to sleep at sunset. Getting sunlight early in the morning when you want to wake up helps your biological clock reset to that time. Another way to optimize your sleep is avoiding/limiting daytime naps. And if you do have a daytime nap, limit it to 90 minutes or lower. Napping for extended periods of time will reset your adenosine levels, causing the buildup that would normally make you feel tired at 8 p.m. last till 1 a.m. Now, out of all of the steps, this is one that I personally need to work on the most, because like anyone, I love a good nap. The day I wrote this script, I even took a nap for longer than 2 hours. The next step to optimizing your sleep is avoiding bright lights and blue light, especially in the hours before bed. On most modern devices, there's a setting to turn it to night shift mode. I know on iPhones, you just hold down on the brightness bar and then there should be an option right there. So make sure to turn that on. And while you're at it, turn your brightness all the way down. Or better yet, just turn your phone off and stop being a bot. Another step to optimize your sleep is keeping your room cool. Your body temperature needs to drop by 1 to 3 degrees to fall asleep and stay asleep effectively. This is why it is much easier to fall asleep in a cold room than a really hot room, or why sometimes you might wake up and just be sweating. So keep that fan by your bed, or since it's winter, open a window. Just keep your room cool to sleep. After all of this, if you're still having trouble falling asleep, try a self-hypnosis app or a self-hypnosis follow-along video. This is really good for calming your mind, and especially good if you have insomnia or late night anxiety. Now after all that, it's totally normal to still wake up in the middle of the night. If this does happen, try NSDR, which stands for non-sleep deep rest, or a yoga nidra, which is the same thing. This will put your body in a state of pure sensation, especially right after you wake up, making it incredibly easy to fall asleep. Also, go check out the Andrew Huberman Lab podcast, which is where I got a lot of this information for this video. Now get off YouTube and go to bed, bro. Wake up early and try these out. It will improve every area of your life.